this film has been a game changer for me also because it got me here to you. And it's been a game changer because it got me a book deal. And I have a little book coming out in November.
And what is the book about?
It's more of me, if people could even stand that. Yeah, well, you know, in 88 minutes of a film, you can't tell everything. So a lot of this is, I didn't mean it to come out as short stories, but there's probably about 38 short stories. Some are a page long and some are 20 pages long. And we talk about Brooklyn, we talk about addiction and recovery. I talk about the Ritz. I talk about Nina Simone. I talk about making the Memphis Blues with Cindi. There are funny stories in there that I've never told before about Lynyrd Skynyrd and that Bill Graham was managing them then. And when you read the book, you'll know about the story because it's a good story. So there are a lot of these good stories that people will relate to if you're in rock and roll. And even if you're not in rock and roll, like I say, it's not about one thing. It's about somebody's life who said, I'm gonna do it. I did it. And I lived to tell the story. So there's a lot of different things in the book. It's called I Am Michael Alago. And the subtitle is Breathing Music, Signing Metallica, Beating Death.
Sounds great.
Thanks.
Do you think New York City can breed addictions in people or magnify? Because when I was there,
I don't think New York does that. It's either in you or it's not. You either like the idea that you're going to drink and I'm going to do it whether you like it or not. It has nothing to do with where you are because addiction lives all over the world.
Yeah.
So in some places even worse than others.
Is it more convenient in New York?
Pardon?
Is it more convenient to live it out?
No, I think any place you go, if you have it in your system that I'm going to drink and drug and I like it, then you're going to do it. Don't matter where you are. Don't matter your status in life.
Yeah, I've all seen that. Yeah, I was in New York City. I went there as a drinker. And then my buddies pulled out the drugs.
Oh, boy.
And they liked the cocaine. And then, as you know, anything goes in New York City, and so then the heroin came out for me.
Ouch. Oh, no.
And that was my thing.
Sorry.
For me, that was my thing. A lot of people wanted to be up. I wanted to just be safe and in my happy world, and that got really dangerous to where I woke up in a hospital.
Right. Well, it gets dangerous, and it's not a happy world anymore. And then, like, you have to make a decision. I'm going to keep doing this, or you're not. And from the looks of you, it looks like you stopped a long time ago, if I may say so.
Yeah,
Yes.
I did. I got lucky, but I got the hell out of New York in '01, which, they'll probably tell you in AA, leaving the city isn't the way to get out of it. But for me, I think leaving helped, and it also got me to a new mentality and around a new peer group. And
well, that's wonderful.
With no dealers around, and
But also, I think you can find those dealers anywhere you go.
Yeah, you're right.
You could sniff, pun not intended, you could sniff those people out. But you made a conscious decision that I have to do something else with my life. And that something else with your life was not drink or drugs anymore. So, you lived, you are thriving. And that's the beautiful thing I always say about life.
And I love how you put it. It's like when you're sober, you can just show up every day.
Well, you do. You show up for whatever your thing is.
Yeah.
And when people see that, they're like, I could do that too. It's great. Yeah.
And when you don't do it, you realize how much you're just wasting your life.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
And some people do choose to waste their lives. What a pity that is. But, you can't stop people from doing it. Yeah. You either want to stop and start having a new life, or you don't. And we see that all the time. And then sometimes accidentally, we see our friends who sometimes say, I'm going to get clean and sober. And then where is so-and-so? Oh, they found him or her dead last week. It happens. And this is not like an exaggeration. This happens, excuse me again, this happens all the time. Drugs and alcohol kill. It kills. And that's why I just don't do it anymore. I love waking up with a clear head. I love waking up, getting my cup of tea, and remembering where I was the night before.
Yeah.
My brain may not be as good as it used to be, but I still have part of it. And, in this new life, I wouldn't trade it for the world, because I'm here to serve and help others. And when you do that, that's such a satisfying feeling in your soul to just do that.
So powerful. But
Yes,
you're
it
right.
is very powerful.
But you're right. You can't make that decision for someone else.
Oh no, not at
You
all.
can. I mean, hopefully, people.
You can suggest.
You could suggest, and they can hear your story. But I went so down a toxic hole that basically everyone around me got the hell out. And I never blamed them for it, because I was like, that's exactly what you should have done, because I was being selfish and I was making decisions that made me feel better. And my girlfriend left me, my best friend left me, fired me from my job. I mean, it was no one around anymore. And without them, I would have probably kept doing it, and I would have not survived one of those overdoses. I mean, I made it through 2 of them. And so now I have to thank them later, because, and I always tell people, if you're around someone going down that toxic hole, you know, you can talk to them, but then you got to get the fuck out.
Yes.
Because they'll pull you down. And that's probably the most loving decision you can make for them. And
Oh,
you.
absolutely.
And maybe they'll get the message, and I got the message.
Oh, it's wonderful.
Somewhere deep subconsciously, I got a big
incredible.
punch in the gut.
You did.
It did.
Yes.
And it's just, I don't know, it just rewired my brain.
Are you married?
I am now, yeah.
You have kids?
Yes, I do.
How many?
2 and a stepdaughter.
Okay, thank you. That's all I wanted to know.
Yeah, and they wouldn't be here if it wasn't for that. You know,
There you
so
go.
it's
I
a
mean, how
beautiful thing.
wonderful that is.
Yeah.
Really, it's wonderful.